YouTube channel. This is the day in the life of the girl looking for or waiting for her vocal investment funds to be released to her. It's 1 month and 7 days exactly overdue, and I invested the money 8 months ago. And then there was a meeting that was 6 months ago, and then a few months ago I finally got a book and a t-shirt. So it's been really slow. And I'm in shock, really, that somebody worth so much who's done this before would show to be so disorganized and not prepared in helping to cover liquidating some of his other assets or monies from places he's got lots of, and helping out the little guys who have a certain amount of shares, like myself, who were counting on the deadline being on time. If the auditors are going to screw things around on people, a person who's that high up, a CEO, an owner, should be prepared, should have a backup plan to help protect their staff, their investors, so things don't go too wrong for anybody while we wait. Everybody knows what auditors stand for, what they're like. We already know their reputation. It's to be expected that they're legally allowed to go up to 1 month installing or digging for dirt where none is. So it's a shame on them for wasting their time and energy, taxpayers' money, and investors' time. When you know good people are doing good things, living good lives, doing things honest way, you're not going to find anything. And so you should be going to look for actual criminals, pursuing after them. And that has brought me to today's video. I have here my flute, which I bought a few years back to replace the one I had stolen from me, as I have said previously about all kinds of crime and things happening to me, that I never had the heart to replace for many, many years, because I loved that flute. And it was a Jupiter flute. Back then it was, good enough for playing in school. I'm just trying to figure out how to get this to stay straight enough so that I can use both hands, because I need them. So I started searching over time the last few years to see what I could find. I stayed fussy because my first one was so beautiful, and it was an open hole flute. I don't remember if the whole thing was silver, but the head was silver. I don't remember if that one was silver plated, but this one is all silver. Let's see if I can maybe show you silver body. Can you guys read that, or is it too blurry? Silver body. You can see that it says Jupiter. And this is the silver end, if I can get it out. We're going to find it again somewhere. Yeah, silver body. Once again, you can see it's very shiny. And then there is the silver head. So now I'm going to do something today, because I'm missing my vocal money and my other tax credit money. Just the envelope telling me I've been approved. Never mind how much money I'm getting or what I'm getting. None of that has happened for me. Just to show you how slow people are who have money, who are making money in a higher level, that really just want to keep earning money for themselves. Not concerned with anybody beneath them. Shame on all of you. But today I'm going to a pawn shop. I'm taking my silver flute, and I'm going to get money, borrow money off of my flute to finish paying my bills, because that's the first thing I could think of when I woke up and rolled over today and opened my eyes, seeing my flute sitting over there on the shelf. Now, no matter what I've done in my life, the lived experience-wise I have, that everybody knows about when they read my work, I have never, ever, 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 ever pawned a thing. Not even to borrow, temporarily come back, pay it off, and get it. So today, I've come to appreciate and know when and where and why, and when, why that system is in place and when it works. So what you have here is the original order of work after I bought it that I had paid to get done to it because of what I had paid when I bought it. And then he didn't actually do it all. He over his head. He just made some adjustments and cleaned it, regulated it, and then told me that there was some damage on it, like the plating a little bit. And he left it. Right? If somebody brings it to you to get it in perfect condition after you've bought it from its original owner, fix it. So I had to go to another store, Long and McQuaid's. Now, I'm really telling you, I don't trust music stores or music professionals in Canada at all. I've had nothing but distasteful, really bad experiences. They don't have enough experience. They don't have enough knowledge. They don't know what they're doing. And like even going to the pawn shop, I'm going to have to take the lead so he knows that I know, so that he knows he can't offer me less than I know, and I have all the proof. So then I went to another store and I paid another $154.01 to do the things the first guy for more money didn't do. So the first guy charged me $307.99 to not do the things I wanted, but just did enough to get that money and then give me a free bag. As if that makes up for what he didn't do. Now the second lady, for $154.01, actually did what the first guy should have done. So the grand total between the two places that I spent so far is $462, which is what the average price is for a person to buy a silver-plated flute or a silver head and then silver-plated body beginner school flute. But the moral of these two receipts is that at the end of the day, this second lady also made a note that said that other pads, not the one she changed, but other pads are getting rough. But the whole point of taking it into her was to fix it, all of it, so the whole thing is in perfect condition, so that when I play it, it plays up and down the scales and arpeggios. Everything is beautiful, and I'm happy silver flute owner for the first time after many years. So I still have to do more pad changing, and because of how much I've already spent to purchase it and to fix it, I'm upset because I don't want to spend more money because I know what the flute is worth. But then I went and did some searching today online, and you can't find any record, any history of the make and model of my flute. So that tells me that it's gone up in value. That's worth something good. So of the searches I've done, my flute is worth about $2,200 to about $4,800, somewhere in there. Now, I don't need to borrow that much, but I'm doing this video because it's going to be interesting to see what the two shops I go to are going to try and be like when I show them all of this. So, the point before I leave the door today is the girl I bought this from, her mom bought this for her as a gift when she was interested in playing flute, and she played seriously. Hardcore for like 5 years, whatever. This flute was bought 15 years ago from the year I bought it from her. So now that would be around 17 years because I've had this, I think, for 2 winters now. So after 17 years, as you can see, after I've got my hands on it and added some money to it to give it some TLC, which you're supposed to do, you can see that this flute is pretty much in mint condition, practically perfect in every way. Ain't she a beauty? Now, the whole point of investing in this flute is that this is my practice flute. This is me trying to get myself back up to the A student I was when I first started learning to play the flute. I'll put it together for everybody so they can see the whole thing. It takes some warming up. Oh, haha, it even comes with its cleaner. And I have cleaning pads. I think I bought those though. Let's see if I can get this. Quality and how beautiful my flute sounds. It's a good flute. So I'm really upset that I'm making this video. I'm going to pawn my flute today to pay my bills for the next couple of days, because all the other people that owe me money have not come through for me. And because I'm not happy with the quality of the flute to my ear, there is still something else I want to do for this flute before I try playing outside on the street somewhere, because I don't want it to make any mistakes and have people think that it's the flute playing, that it's me making the mistakes when it's not. It's the flute. I would rather go pawn it, make the money I need to pay my bills while I wait for my stocks to come through, my investments to come through, so I can finish doing what I want to do on my flute. And the case is very beautiful. Now the inside is not so perfect. Well, the outside is impeccable. So my goal is to eventually take this beautiful silver flute and upgrade. When I feel I'm good enough, when I am like, professional, play with other professionals, show ready, I want to have an even better one. I want to treat myself to a brand new one. But the moral of the story is, after 17 years and it only having two owners, the original owner and me, and our stories behind how we ended up losing our other flutes or having to incorporate this flute into our lives, so important that it makes this flute very special. I might even start a program where you pass the instruments on to people who are limited on access to the kind of quality instruments they need to get good, to get out of the poverty, to get out of that intergenerational cycle, to get out of ghetto life or housing life. And there's lots of musicians that have extra instruments that pile up in their closets on their shelves. But she barely ever played it, and if any at all, after those 5 years of intense learning she did, because she said she had arthritis in her wrists and her hands and wrists began to hurt. But good flute playing and good amount of flute practice, it does hurt. So if you're hurting, that's a good sign. It means you're doing something right and you keep going. But eventually you build enough strength. And if you play other instruments like the piano and guitar, that's even better because you build up even more muscle strength. So whatever her reason was for selling it, I was the happy new owner of it. So I'm going to go at 10 o'clock. They open, the two stores I'm going to, and see what they try and say by not being able to find the serial number or the model number, because I've just spent like a good 40 minutes, could not find the serial number or the model number anywhere. So I had to find other flutes similar to its age, because if this flute is 17 years old when it was bought, then it's even older than when it was made. So if we're dealing with 2003, 2002 when this was sold the first time, then this flute's probably from an era 90s, late 90s, 2000 model series of when it was made. And Jupiter's really good company. They have all different levels for whatever a person's needs are. And I went to the Jupiter website and couldn't find it there either when I punched it in. I shouldn't have to be doing this if other people were responsible and paid their bills or gave money to people that they are owed on time. So I'll let you know how much I get, how much I'm offered, and how much I actually leave with in order to get by for this month. This next couple of days, essentially. After that, I'll be okay again and go from there. But I didn't intend to sell this anytime soon till I'm good enough. Like, this is worth a car, essentially. I might be wrong. It could be because I don't have any information online or even at the website, and the condition it's in, it could be worth even more. So that's what happened when I woke up and rolled over to bed, out of bed today when I looked up where my flute was sitting, because I couldn't find anybody to pay for dinner with me yesterday. And that food is amazing. But somehow I'm going to take the concept of this dinner idea to out there to people's homes, or they come to mine or whatever, to enjoy the experience for a fee that they're willing to pay, and then tell everybody how good it was. So that said, I'm going to go with my day. I have to go see a doctor first to get updates on previous tests and everything to see how everything's doing. And then I got to make sure my new appointment for the new family clinic I'm going to be going to is working out. And then I'll make my way over to the 2 pawn shops. I'm just really happy to be back in Vancouver, back at home, because if I was in Toronto, like, I'd never get the same quality of ease and safety and security and comfort in my day as I know I'm going to have today. I know that when I come home, my problems will be resolved, and what I need will be covered, because the best people in the country, as far as I'm concerned, outside of the French people in Quebec who are busy trying to keep their heads above float, not drowning themselves, that can't do much for others, although they have the right kind of hearts. Best people, in my opinion, live in British Columbia. They're the happiest, easiest going, laid back people. They got the ocean, fishing, English Bay, Stanley Park, lots of activities to do, skiing, Whistler, and stuff like that. So I'm happy to be home, and we'll go see what kind of good luck today brings me. Again, if people want to help me, they can at the writer1 WON at gmail.com, or Jennifer_Cooley, the number 1 at yahoo.com, while I try to get through this nightmare of whatever's happening with my subletter, my renter, and how much he owes me. $650 a month is what his rent is supposed to be, and for 1 year he's tried to pull off I only want to pay $550, but the rent included with utilities was for $650, and so now he's stuck with a really high bill. It's like climbing. It's like $1,000 utility bill that is completely his to pay, because he wouldn't pay his $650. So I couldn't take the portion from his rent for 2 months in a row, pay it towards a utility bill that would cover this problem for him. Now I paid in for 1 year for him, and I gave him the receipts of all my payments, and I paid in over $1,350, which left me no profit at all the whole time he's lived there. I've earned nothing with him living in there. And then I find out he took a trip to Toronto and Germany. And in fact, the last email I got from him, he was still there, couldn't find his connector flight back. No matter where he is or what he's doing, his finances and how much he's spending is not my problem. I've done everything I can. So I break it down for him and explain to him there is no more money, right? It's supposed to be $650 a month. So we'll see if he pays me $550 or $650, because I told him if he pays me $650, at least I can take $100 of that, something, and put it on the utility bill. Now they're still probably going to cut him off, but at least they can say I've made the payment, because I've explained to them what's happening. And I told him to go after his cousin who stayed in my place without me knowing, without being asked, without my permission, for an extended period of time, caused some problems, complaints from neighbors, and blew a big bill in his energy use. So we'll see what happens between that and the vocal investment money. What happens over the next few weeks to see if I can get my life back and get myself on track with where I should be, because I'm not the one that's in debt or doing anything wrong. And this is what happens when other people don't hold up their end of the bargain. As we all know, in real life, nothing is perfect. So that's my story. Peace out, guys. Thank you for watching. Keep watching, and I'll be back with updates after the pawn shop. Bye.